Marrero. I have 25 plus years of information technology experience, and last, I would say, 8 years, 6 to 8 years, I got involved with MuleSoft. I'm integration consultant working with Integration Quest, software, and of course, proud community member and MuleSoft ambassador. I'm so glad you are all able to join us today.
And thank you so much for stepping into a co-lead role, Shivani, and your successful in-person meetup last week. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing to the community.
Thank you, Niraj.
Next slide, please, Shubham. Before we proceed, just I want to read a safe harbor statement. All the speakers, host, we are presenting or we are organizing this meetup into just our individual capacity. We are not representing our employers here. This presentation is meant for learning purpose only. Shubham is going to share his knowledge. He's going to share his practical experience, but we don't hold any responsibility if same solution is going to work for your use case as well. Please do a careful analysis of your use case and then only implement something. Now, this presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. We are not gonna say ChatGPT is better or this is better or that is better. It's just a learning presentation. Thank you so much. So I will request Shubham to take on the stage and proceed with the presentation. But before that, thank you so much, Shubham, for your help and your great work to the community.
Thank you, Neeraj, and thank you, Shivani, for having me here today. So I'll just quickly introduce myself. So I'm working as a professional integration developer in Millennium, and have total close to 3 years of experience in integration. And I'm MuleSoft certified and Salesforce and multi cloud certified as well. So that's all about me. I'll forward to the today's agenda. Okay.
I should say
Um,
in 3 years, what slide you were showing previously, it's it's like excellent achievement, Shubham. Kudos to you.
Thank you, Niraj. Thank you, Niraj. So yeah, so today's agenda is ChatGPT. We will discuss about what ChatGPT API and ChatGPT connector. Okay, and then we will talk about WhatsApp API. So today, basically, we will be looking at a use case of ChatGPT, like how we can utilize to do integration with some other platforms and leveraging ChatGPT. Okay, and basically we will do integration with ChatGPT and WhatsApp. Okay, and we'll see the demo for that, and lastly we'll have Q&A session. Okay, so first, we all know about ChatGPT because I mean recently it has been in very trend. Okay, so ChatGPT is basically a state of the art natural language processing model. Okay, it is developed by OpenAI, so it has been there for quite a while. Okay, you but basically it has been made public in the November of the last year, so that's why it has been in the trend, and public has started it has been made public, and so it has been started using by all the common audience. Okay, um, so and you can basically, it has the ability to generate responses that are consistent with the context of the conversation. So basically what we will ask, it will try to get the context of it, and will give response in in context of that only. Okay, for example, if we ask, for example, like who is Elon, so it knows the context, like we are asking about Elon Musk, right? So in that way, it knows kind of the context. Sometimes it can forget that as well if we ask kind of a big prompt. Okay, so that's, and there are a lot of things like ChatGPT is capable of. As you can see, like it can do language translation, it can do summarization of a paragraph. For example, if you are reading a story and you want to have the summarization of it, you can ask ChatGPT to do that. Okay, and yeah, so let's move to the next slide. So if you are using ChatGPT, so basically there are two versions, you can say, of ChatGPT which are available. The free version which we are using, see, and the another is a paid version with which is called ChatGPT Plus. Okay, so if you can see, like what are the differences between ChatGPT free plan and the plus plan. So you can see that it is available only when the demand is low, but as compared, ChatGPT Plus will be available even when the demand is high. Okay, and standard response speed. So sometimes if you are if you will ask ChatGPT to write some story, okay. So if you are using ChatGPT normal like free plan, it will generate, it will take let's say like it will take 1 minute, okay. If you ask the same question in ChatGPT plus version, you will get it in under 30 seconds or like that, okay. So if you are meant to use it, I mean try out the ChatGPT in production, okay. If you are meant to use that in for your production use cases, um, real I mean scenarios, then you should purchase like the plus version, because you need to have the response, okay, at every time. So in production cases, right, you don't want to be it to throw the unavailability error, right. And again, it has priority access to new features. For example, we are working what basically the model we are working in free version is ChatGPT 3.5, but if you have the access to plus, you can try with ChatGPT 4. So you can see that access to ChatGPT 4 with ChatGPT plus, okay. So basically there are some more kind of differences, like it has been on more data. So if you see like whatever we search in ChatGPT, the data is available only till certain point of time, like I think it's 2020 till the end of 2021. So if you search for some information that is more recent or more more recent, like 2022 or 2023, it will not give that information, okay. And so yeah, so that's all about this. And there are some limitations, like it's a large and complex model, that's why basically they are not make it free, I mean make it available all the time. So it is a very resource intensive, so that's why they have introduced a paid version for that. And basically they kind of allocated some limited number of machines for free version, while a lot of more than for paid version, okay. And yeah, I think the model is not yet able to ask clarifying questions when user input is ambiguous. For example, if you ask some question and it is not able to understand that, it will not ask like, can you are you asking about this or that. So it is still improving, okay. And okay, so using OpenAI ChatGPT. So basically, if you are using ChatGPT, you may have land on the screen. So if you want to search for information, and you basically uh, go to your URL and type chat.openai.com, and you land on this screen. Okay, after sign up, I think you land on this screen, and you can ask any question in this prompt. Okay, so you can see some of the examples, like you can ask. Okay, these are the okay. And it again, you can see that upgrade to plus option is here, and whatever you ask, it's kind of saved in a history format here. Like you can revisit what you have asked from here only. Okay, now see, this chat gpt is I mean we are using the UI, right. If we want to if we want to have some integration with it, right, if we want to use it in our integrations, like integrate it with Salesforce or some other platforms, we need to have integrate with API. Okay, so ChatGPT has made this API available to us. Okay, so we can use that to call ChatGPT functionalities like chat or whatever functionalities it provides. Okay, so now we can see ChatGPT, what functionalities that does ChatGPT API provides. Okay, so the chat functionality it provides images. Okay, like what does the images functionality do? Basically, if we ask like given a prompt or an input image, the model will generate a new image. So basically, if we will pass like, can you generate a give me a image of a, let's say, earth image of dog, okay, then it can generate an image for us. Okay, we will be looking at these functionalities, chat and images. And it also has the functionality like how to turn audio into text. So it will provide the audio file to this ChatGPT API. It will convert into text as well. Okay, there are a few more capabilities we will see in the documentation. Okay, which ChatGPT API provides us. Okay, and you can see the if you call the slash models option for of ChatGPT API, we can get these available various models which are available in the API. Okay, like 3.4 and 4. So there is one more thing, like we talked about ChatGPT 4 version, right? So in that there is a uh, image functionality, like we can provide image as input as well. Okay, in ChatGPT 3.5 you may not have seen any option of providing image as input, but with ChatGPT 4 we can provide that. So it can tell us what this image is about, and whatever information it can get from that image, it can provide that. Okay. um, so that functionality we can access only with ChatGPT 4, which is not publicly available for free. Okay. And again, you can see that if we have to call this ChatGPT API, we need to have a API key for authentication. So it will be used for authentication. Okay. So we will be generating this API key first, because we need to call this ChatGPT API functionalities, right? So now let's do this. And okay, so what you have to do, see, so you have to go to platform.openai.com. Okay. And basically you create an account here. Okay. After creating an account, you will land on this page. Okay. This is the let's say dashboard homepage of platform.openai. Now, as we mentioned, we need to call the chat GPT API, right? So what do we need? We need an API key. So we will go here and we will uh, select the option view API key. Okay. So at the start, you will not in the fresh account, when you will be creating, you will not have any API key, right? So you will do what you will do. You will click on create new secret key, and you can just give it a name. For example, if you are working in your organization, you can segregate keys based on like environments, like you can create a dev key, okay, which will be used for dev purpose, for testing, right? You can create a test secret key, and then for production you will create a one with the name prod. Okay. So you will create the secret key, click on create secret key, and the secret keys API key is here. Okay. So you copy this and keep it somewhere safe, because you won't be able to view it again. So after I click on this done, I cannot see this key back. Okay. So you should save it somewhere after copying it. Okay. And you can again delete these keys and edit. I think name you can edit with this. Let's see. Yeah, I think name you can edit from this edit option. Okay. So now we have the key. Okay. API key. So keep it some safe somewhere, because we will be using it in our scenario use case scenarios. Okay. Now you let's go to its documentation. So how do we call this? Okay. So if we go to API reference, and let's say we want to call this chat. Okay. Chat endpoint. So this is the URL we need to call. Okay. And this is the body we need to pass, and in the header we need to pass these two headers. Okay. Like content type application slash JSON, and authorization will be bearer, and followed by this API key which we have. Okay. So let's do this in Postman only, and you can replicate the same in MuleSoft, I mean Anypoint Studio, right? So first let's do this in Studio, I mean Postman. Okay. So you can see headers. In the header, I have provided authorization as key, and bearer, and followed by our API key. Okay. And yeah, so content type application slash JSON. These are the two headers, and in the body, we have to provide this. Let me remove this part. Okay. So you can, if I go back to the documentation, you can see we have to provide a model key with the value as whichever model we are using. Okay. In case you have the access to GPT-3, I mean GPT-4 version, you can update this to that. Okay. And in the messages, we have to provide a role and the content. Okay. The content is whatever we are asking. Okay. So let's go here. So you can see role. Let's say we have so there are three roles available. I think it is user, and then system, and then an assistant, I think. Okay. So there is no, I think, clear indication of I mean, clear definition is not given. Like I have not found any clear definition of what the three users defines. It's a kind of if you decide, if you provide the role as assistant, the chat GPT will act like an assistant. If you provide the role system, it will act kind of a system on a system basis. Okay. It will respond in a, like it is a system. And if it is a user, so it will provide like responses based on a user role. Okay. So now again, the content, for example, let's say we want to find, like let's say we ask ChatGPT like who is Elon. Okay. And we send this request. So you can see we got this response. Okay, and this is the content. I mean, in here in this object, in the choices, and inside this message key, we have this content, which is the response basically of whatever question we asked in this content. Okay, so now if you want to replicate the same like in studio, okay, I mean in here, so what you will do, let me see if we have that. Let me open this any okay, let's see. Okay, so what you will do basically, you need to call an API, right? So you will use a request connector. Okay, drag and drop from here and configure that. Okay, let me show you how you will do the configuration here only. So you will create a new configuration. Okay, and in that configuration, base path will be slash, host will be GPT API. So basically host will be this api.openai.com. Okay, and and in the URL, okay, let me go back here, and in the URL, you'll provide this path. Okay, let me call this v1/v1/chat/completions. Okay, because we wanted to call the slash chat endpoint. Okay, so we do that in here only. Okay, and again we didn't provided the token, right? So where you will configure that, you will go to settings in the configuration, and in the headers you will add this edit inline and add the authorization key here. Okay, and provide this value. Okay, in the value the API key, so it will be bearer, and the API key you copied. Okay, so this you will finish this and you are good to go. Okay, now and again so now you have two options, like either you can hard code this thing, okay, here only, and just basically you can get the response, I mean you can get the question from like payload dot user query. Okay, and hard code this thing here. Okay, or you can send the whole thing from here only, like in the payload you can pass this request. So it is all up to you. Okay, in which how you want to implement. Okay, suppose you are calling from some API only, then you can provide this content. Okay, like payload dot question. So this is how you can do. Okay, now you can similarly, we have another multiple options like let's say images. Okay, now this is you can see the endpoint is changed to slash images slash generation. So if we want to call this API, you copy this URL and this will be the body. Okay, so I have it configured already in Postman. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we have it. Okay, so prompt is like what we, like let's say what pic we want. Okay, so here we have asked ChatGPT to generate a dog pic. Okay, and n parameter is like how many images do we want. We want two images. Okay, we can ask for 3 4, and the size is like in which resolution we want. So there are specifics only, like we cannot like pass any resolution 1024 800. So there are any number of fixed resolution that we can only provide. Okay, so let's send this request. So you see it responded back with the URL of the image. Okay, where it is. So if I will let me copy this URL. Okay, and paste it in URL. You can see it provided the image of a dog. Okay, so again like what I have seen and what I have observed, like whatever prompt you are asking here, it doesn't give I mean proper response sometimes, because I mean, see, it has been generated on a like a limited amount of data, so may have not been trained with images, proper images. Okay, so for example, you can see what I will show you. Like, let's say we generate a MuleSoft image. Okay, so generate. Let's say what's the output? Generate. MuleSoft image, and let's say we want two images. Okay, we'll see to what are these two images. So in my opinion it will not give the proper response. Okay, because it has been again as I mentioned, not the images, their images database is not like proper. Okay, let's see what's the response. We can see that this is not what we were expecting, right? So again, if you ask the simple prompts from these images, it will give the proper response. But if you ask them to generate some like complicated things, it will not be, maybe it may not be able to, it can, but it may be, but it you're not, we are not sure 100%. Okay, but again, even for chat completions, we are it is still under improvement. So that's why, like, they are taking feedback and learn. Basically, this learning, it is a learning model, so it is learning from our inputs and improving from our data. Okay, whatever we are passing and from our feedback. Okay, now coming back to, so we explored this chat gpt api, right? So suppose we want to have its connector. So you can see, you may have known, like, we can create our custom connector, right? So we have this api available, we can create our own custom connector with this. Okay, but you can create that and it is easy. Okay, now, but there is what I need to tell you, like, there is already a connector available, not like in the MuleSoft repository, but in some some person is created that. So we'll use that, and basically I will show you that. Okay, so let me see if I have this url for that. Okay, so I will show you with my blog, like, I have referred the link there. Okay, so this is the guy that has created the connector. So what you need to do, I think this is the, okay, let me, yeah, this is his repository. Okay, so if you go to his repository, you can see this connector available here. Okay, OpenAI connector. So how will you import this connector from here to your basically anypoint palette? So these are the steps you need to follow. I have written this documentation, so there are a lot of steps. I will not go from here, you can follow all these steps. So I will just quickly go over, like, what you need to do. Basically, you will clone this code, okay, into your repository. I mean, somewhere, like, for example, you clone it here, and let's say a new folder. Okay, here you will clone the code, and after that all the files will appear. Now you go inside that folder and basically run this command ambient clean install. So what it will do, it will basically download all the code into your connector code into your m2 repository. Okay, .m2 files. And let me show you where it will be, where it will lie. So if I go to users .m2, okay, and I think it will lie in the repository. Okay, and let me see if I have the url here. Okay, com, so it will be com insert MuleSoft. Okay, so I'll go here, go com the platform, com MuleSoft. Okay, and then platform se, and you can see the connector code is here. So basically, whichever version of the code you will you want to use, it will it will be available here. Okay, now you want to it is available in here in m2. Okay, now you want to have it in studio. So what you will need to do, you need to go to your pom file. Okay, suppose you create a new project and you go to your pom file. Okay, now in the dependency section, you need to add this connector. Okay, um, so you can add this by basically providing this group id artifact id version, which is basically you can copy it from here. So whichever version you want to use, you can provide it here, and it will basically it will make the connector available in your palette. Okay, so these are the functionalities provided the connector. Same thing, like, obviously it is calling the chat gpt behind the scenes. So chat is there, completion is there, and image file and image url. Okay, so same functionalities, and embeddings is there. You can see the same thing here in the api reference embeddings. Okay, and you can, if you want, if you are going to create your own, you can also provide this audio functionality and files as well, fine tunes. Okay, That's up to you if you want to create your own custom connector, if that's what your organization or business requires to do so. Okay, so this is let me show you the connector in the palette. Okay, any connector, I think this is the code. Okay, you can see the API connector is here, and I will, if I go to the POM file here, you can see this plugin dependency. Okay, this is the dependency I added. Okay, so if you'll add this, basically it will download here, and it will show up in the palette. Okay, so this is about the ChatGPT connector. Next I will show you quickly about this WhatsApp API. So if any okay, so let me see if I have any questions in the chat.
No questions as of now, Shubham.
All right. So let's move on to WhatsApp integration. Okay, quickly, because I want to show the use case of that. Okay, so I will quickly show you the WhatsApp platform, how you need to do. Okay, so we need to land on this developers.facebook.com. Okay, so now you basically you will sign up and you will create an app. The app will be visible here. Okay, so these are the straightforward steps, and after that you click go to this app, and which integration you want to do, basically with the Facebook, these products, I mean Facebook have all these products, right? Instagram and Messenger. So you can, if you want to integrate with what Instagram, suppose, so you will land here only. Okay, now we want to integrate with WhatsApp, right? So this is the WhatsApp product we will use, and go to settings. Okay, and we want to use its WhatsApp API. Okay, so why I'm telling you about this WhatsApp API, so what we are going to do, we will basically uh, so the use case is like, we will type our question in WhatsApp. Okay, so it will use the WhatsApp webhook. I will tell you about webhook quickly in a bit. Okay, so webhook will basically listen to our chat in WhatsApp, and as soon as we type the question, it will put that question into WhatsApp prompt. Okay, like it will call this API, okay, ChatGPT API, and it will pass that question in this content only. Okay, and after that it will get the response, and it will pass that response by calling the WhatsApp API again, and basically it has a slash chat which sends the message to WhatsApp. Okay, so basically we will get the response without visiting chat.openai.com. Okay, so I will show you how it will look in a bit. Okay, after quickly finishing this about WhatsApp. Okay, so you will land on this. Now you can see that what are the steps we need to follow. Basically you get this temporary access token here. You can generate okay yeah, so this is a temporary access token. You can generate a permanent access token as well. Okay, now again, you want to send so here are the steps, like send and receive messages. So you first need to like you can use a test number. Okay, or you, if you want to send message as like as you, like for example you want it to look that you are sending, you can provide your number. Okay, so I have provided I'm using a test number. So this is the phone number ID that you need to know. Okay, you copy this and save it somewhere, because again I will be showing you like where you will need to use this. Okay, there I mean if you can see in the URL, we have this phone number ID which is similar. Okay, so this is what is used when we call the WhatsApp API. Okay, WhatsApp chat API. Okay, so again, now the two whom we want to send the message. Okay, suppose you are doing a WhatsApp integration, right, and you want to send a multiple products offering to multiple users, right? So in that case there will be a huge list, right? But this is, since this is a paid version, you have to basically register your number first. Otherwise you will you it can be used as spamming, right? If you are a business, then you can have a unlimited number of lists, because you will have unlimited I mean a lot of customers, right? So here you're using just for test purpose. So if you let's say I want to send message to this number, this is my number only. Okay, and I have registered it already. So if you want to register, you can register from here, add phone number. Okay, it will send an OTP and you can register it. Now this is the URL we need to call. Okay, and the same thing, like you need bearer token, and this is the body. Okay, so you can see there is a template we are using, which is a hello world template, and the languages, you can even send messages in different languages. So if you have customers in different countries, right, so you can send them based on their languages. Okay, so there's a lot of options. This is just the start. Okay, this is just the surface we are exploring, and it all depends on your use case, like how you want to use case. Suppose you have a business, you have an integration with Salesforce, right, and you are a B2B customer. So whenever a product is at some certain stage, you want to send the notification, so you can use WhatsApp API to call and send that to their WhatsApp number. Okay, in case they have provided their WhatsApp number. Okay, so you may have that in Salesforce, since it is a CRM, right, customer. So this is all about your business use case and what you can do with it. Okay, so let me show it quickly, like where how, I mean, it is clearly understood, like how we can configure it. Let me see if I have this. Yeah, so you can see I'm calling this basically this is the URL, I mean the body, and this is the URL, and again in the authorization I have provided the token. So if I will send this request, I will get the message. Okay, I will show you that as well. This is not my number. Let me. Okay, you see, the message is sent to my number, and I will show you that in WhatsApp that I have received it. Okay. I hope this loads.
While this loads, do we have any questions?
You can see the. Okay. If I have any questions.
No, Shubham. We are good to continue.
Okay. So we received this. Okay, and let me go here. Okay. And just, where was it? Yeah. Okay. So this is just give me 1 minute. Okay. Let me know, like, if we have any questions. Okay.
Anyone, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. No question, Shubham, so far.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
So Christine is asking, do you have any spamming control? What will happen if the message being sent through WhatsApp is being spammed? Do you have any spamming control, any spammer control or anything?
Okay, so basically, as you can see, like in the free version, you cannot send to any number. You have to you have to register it. Okay, if I like type your number here and send it, it will not, you will not receive that message because you are not registered, and that's why, like, it is protecting us from the spam. Okay, when you are using a business account, so basically you will register it first. Okay, like register it basically with this meta. Okay, and then only if you are spamming, you will obviously, if some people will start, let's say it registers as a business, so obviously they will provide their documents and all, and then they will not obviously spam you because they have created their account for only their business purpose, right? They're not there to spam you. So with free version, no one can spam you because they need to be that number needs to be registered, only then you can send that message. So yes, you kind of protected in that way. I hope that answers the question. Okay.
Any follow-up question, Christian? No, we are good to continue, Shubham.
Okay. Yeah. So we covered this sending message. Okay. Now we want to receive the message. Okay, you can see, like, configure webhooks to receive messages. So you can read basically this documentation. Okay, like how we need to configure. I will not go over it. That's a lot of steps. I have written this documentation, I mean the whole steps as a step by step. Let me share that link. Okay, WhatsApp integration. If you will, even you will search in Google like say integration, WhatsApp integration with MuleSoft. Okay, so yeah, this is the article that I have written. Okay, so how you need to create this webhook, you can follow the step by step like procedure. Okay, customize template, yeah, receive a message, we want to receive this message. So for this you need to configure, first you need to have a CA sign certificate. Okay, you can see that the webhooks request use HTTPS. Okay, your server must have a valid TLS and SSL certificate correctly configured and installed. Self signed certificates are not supported. Okay, so when you are configuring okay, I will show you like in my configuration. Okay, so this is the structure like you will create. Okay, so this is again for send message flow, I have configured these URL like which I showed you. Okay, this graph.facebook.com, and basically this is my phone number ID and slash messages. Okay, so this is the endpoint I'm calling to send the message. Now receive message flow, for this you have to create these two flows. Okay, and these have to be HTTPS. Okay, I have configured my certificate here already, and it listens on the slash webhook point. So you create this structure, you can follow this documentation. Okay, there are a lot of steps involved, and basically you need to provide this in body as well, and all. So just follow this and you can create. Okay, but again there is a like requirement, because most of us don't have this CA sign certificate. So you may have this issue of listening to messages. Okay, so if you have a self signed certificate, I mean CA signed certificate, only then you will be able to receive messages. Okay, you can do that with a service they have provided, this Facebook. Okay, a glitch, basically they called it glitch. Okay, I think you can follow in this documentation like how to receive messages on basically glitch is a web service which provide webhooks. Okay, for you. So they will provide some URL which you will configure in this webhooks product. Okay, so if I will go to again apps, so where, so suppose you have created this webhooks. Okay, now where you need to configure this. So if I go back, so basically you have created some webhook, right, where WhatsApp will send messages, where which basically it will receive, right? So you want to process that message, you need to have that right in your logs or somewhere. So basically it will receive the message on this, WhatsApp will pass this message on your this webhook endpoint slash webhook. Okay, so whenever someone messages uh, basically on that particular number, it WhatsApp will pass that, call your webhook and pass that message, so you will receive that message here, and whatever you want to do you can process that. Okay, coming back here, yeah, so based on that I have basically done my use case. Okay, so I'll explain that later quickly. um, okay, I'll go back to webhooks. So here you need to when you generate your webhook URL, you configure that in here. Okay, I think it will show here somewhere. I think you can read the documentation like let me show you. Yeah, here you need to provide your callback URL, basically edit user subscription. So if I edit this thing, going back here, yeah, so if I edit the subscription, it will provide me that URL endpoint where I need to pass that. Okay, now again you can see that I can subscribe to this test messages, or even if someone changes their name or account, if someone updates their account. Okay, even you can listen to those updates as well. Okay, so there are more of capabilities. Okay, but we will just need to use the messages. Okay, so that's all about this messages. Okay, um, you can look out the documentation. Now I will tell you the use case. Okay, let me know like if you have any questions before I will show you the use case. Okay.
No questions, Shubham.
Okay, now we will land here. Okay, let's show the use case. Okay, what I've created. So now this is the number, basically this number is listening to my messages, and this is integrated with ChatGPT. So let's ask our question, like let's say who is Elon, the simplest question, who is Elon. Okay, so we did not go to any like URL chat.openai.com and then entered our login credentials and then asked, right? So this is a lot of steps, right? If we can just directly, if we are using WhatsApp, let's say our some of our friends ask some help, right? And we, you think like ChatGPT can answer that, so you will visit that URL, you will ask that. But instead, if you can just quickly move to this number and ask that, quickly enter that, and you will get the response instantly, right? So you will just I mean, you can suppose you are traveling somewhere, and right, and you want to ask some question, right? So you can do that here quickly. So that's some of the like capabilities, or you can basically use by leveraging this functionality, okay, this integration. Now you can see the we got the response. So again, if you, I have integrated the image functionality as well. So if I type image of, let's say, cat, you can see we got the image response. Okay, so now it is all up to you, like questions you can ask. So for example, let me show you what questions I have asked. Like for example, one of my friends asked question like basically he want she has a use case like to work for his client, for a client, like read CSV file from FTP and load data to Salesforce, and then file size is not predictable. So the question, the error was she was getting like JVM issues. So could you suggest, is there any? So I just directly copy paste this question and ask from ChatGPT. So it basically gave me this response. Okay, so you can see that kind of makes sense for using all these. Okay, you can get all these answers, okay, without visiting anywhere. Okay, you can just quickly ask it and you will get that response in WhatsApp only. Okay, now coming back to this integration, how I created it. Okay, so now I'm listening to messages. Okay, I will explain this concept. Okay, this code I have basically provided that in my GitHub. Okay, you can clone that and update your credentials. Okay, so first I will quickly show this, like the concept. So here I am listening. So yeah, so you can see that the choice is user input or status message. So basically on the webhooks, they basically WhatsApp provides both the status messages, like I have read the message, so it will show message as read. If I can have the body with me, let me see. Okay, I'll show you quickly in the logs. Okay, like what types of logs are there. So I am segregating based on that only. Okay, quickly I will land it here. Let's see. Okay, mule dot what, that's WhatsApp on logs. Okay, you can see this status read. Okay, this is a status message, and when we ask the question, it is kind of a let me see, where is that message? Yeah, image of cat, this we asked, right? So it is a message message we asked. Okay, so it is different, so we don't want to do anything for that status message. So that's why we kind of put a choice here, and based on like payload.nt, so it has a like context thing. So in the question, if we ask something, okay, it will lie something like that. Okay, and if it is status message, it will be a different. Okay, so I have segregated based on that, and let's go to the logic. Okay, now this is the like flow. So here I have provided two options. So first of all, I am saving the input. Okay, basically the message that the payload, okay, which I received in some variable, so I can use it later. Okay, now you can see that for image, for I mean for chat, okay, text and image input. So if it is a chat question, okay, like we want to call the chat option of chat gpt, right, slash chat endpoint. But if it is an image, we want to call this slash image endpoint of chat gpt. So it is based segregated based on that. Okay, and obviously the message will be different, right? It you can see I showed you the different body types. Okay, for slash chat of ChatGPT API and slash image of ChatGPT API. Okay, now we got the response from chat. Now we want to send it to our WhatsApp user, right? So I'll show you the body again. This is the body, like recipient type individual, and two, basically two will be, I mean the number who sent it, okay, like who we received the message from, it will send the message to that guy. Okay, so you can see like I have so let me show you like what does this mean. Okay, dashboard. So basically I mean it is not like I can only use this. Okay, if anyone like who is registered with my product, okay, in my this WhatsApp can use that. Okay, even I think let me go to this documentation quickly. Okay, it is not showing the, so basically whatever numbers are there, so whoever sends this message, okay, will receive the response in his, okay, I mean it is not that everyone will receive that message, so it is that only. Okay, and body, whatever response we got from ChatGPT, we pass in the body, and in after that we call that basically messages endpoint, right? So I have deployed some application again like a system layer, right? So we create a system layer, and WhatsApp is the backend for that. So it is the same thing, and we are calling the slash chat endpoint. Okay, and yeah, so let me close that. Yeah, so after that this message will be basically passed to WhatsApp. Okay, so basically we receive this response. As you can see, like we asked the question, it it got to here, here only. Okay, because it was a chat, and after that we transform the message and we pass that message by calling the WhatsApp API, and we receive the message in WhatsApp. Okay, so now the telling you about the code part. Okay, like how you can replicate the same thing. So there's a lot of things, right? I told you. So you can follow these steps. Let me show you. Okay, okay, you can see this blog. Okay, again for following the steps by steps tutorial. Okay, um this is the flow I have created. Now the GitHub repo link. Okay, this code I have uploaded in my GitHub repository. Okay, just copy clone this code. Okay, now again I have not provided my credentials, so I will just quickly show you like what are the changes you have to do. You can again I have provided where you have to change and do the changes. Okay, so after cloning the code, let me show you. I have cloned the code here. Okay, so this is the code, okay, which will be there. You need to have, you need to add these two files as well, like the dot class path and dot project, because when you upload this code to GitHub, basically it will ignore these files. So when you download, you edit these files, I mean add these files. Okay, after that you can import this code into your studio. Okay, so now the two files will appear, right? As you can see, we have two files, let's go ChatGPT and mule dot dash WhatsApp. So what are the changes you need to do? Okay, so in mule dot WhatsApp XML file, I have removed my phone number ID from URL. Copy paste your phone number ID. Okay, when you create this, you will get this here. Okay, paste it here. Let me go to URL. Okay, yeah, basically, okay, where is was it? Yeah, okay, here. Now second step, you need to provide your WhatsApp access token. Okay, so you provide this access token by copying this from here. Okay, yeah, let me see. Yeah, you copy this temporary access token. Okay, if you want a permanent access token, you go to this WhatsApp integration article, and you can follow this. I have written the steps how to generate permanent WhatsApp token, right? Because when you will be deploying this to cloud, right, you don't want to basically update the token every 24 hours, because this token is applicable only for 24 hours. So you don't want to do that, right? So generate a permanent token and just deploy it to cloud up. Okay, and then okay, now this, you can follow all these steps. Okay, now the important step, as I mentioned, that you need to provide your certificate, right? So when you will in the chat gpt, okay, in the mule WhatsApp, you go to global elements and the TLS context file will be there. But I have removed this basically the path you need to provide first you have to provide the certificate in source main resources. Okay, so when you copy this file, I mean clone this code, the in the resources file the certificate is not here. Okay, so you need to copy paste your certificate here, and whatever name is there you provide it in this path. Okay, and then the password things will be there. So you provide your basically certificate name.jks, and key password and password. Okay, after that, again we did the WhatsApp configurations, right? We have ChatGPT XML file as well. So here you need to provide your API key. So as I mentioned, you when you go to platform.openai.com, generate API key, copy paste that API key and paste it here. Okay, and again I think there is one more configuration in this file you have to update. So let me show where it was. So in the ChatGPT, as I mentioned, there ChatGPT request configuration. You update this in okay bearer token here, and after that there is here we are calling this WhatsApp API request. WhatsApp again, right? So in the URL you will update this path. Okay, so again same phone number ID which you copied. Okay, now just deploy the project and you are good to go. Okay, so final images like how you can see that I asked question like can you write data weave code for the following input and output. Basically it showed the code. Okay, although it's not perfect code, but it is what it makes sense for basically for this use case input. You can see like I wanted the maximum number output, it gave me based on that payload 0 only. Okay, again image of earth. So you can integrate more functionalities based on your requirement or your if you want to play with it. Okay, so you can even provide that audio functionality. Okay, so I just created this use case, and there are a lot of integration that can be done, like integration with Salesforce, integration with Slack. So that's all up to your imagination, you can do. Okay, that's all I think for this. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope I just covered this in 1 hour.
A great presentation, excellent demo, I should say. Oh yeah, Shivani is also echoing with me. Excellent demo.
Thank
Uh,
you, thank you, Neeraj.
Thank you so much for your efforts, Shubham. Do we have any questions?
So, Shubham, I want to ask you, how long did it take you to learn
Learn.
this ChatGPT and WhatsApp? Can you kind of explain?
Okay, so I mean, I learned WhatsApp integration a while back, like in the on the last year, and ChatGPT. Basically, I think it took me. I mean, the days I cannot tell you. Like it is not like I was studying for it, because I was trying some days, and when I was in kind of way, and yeah, so ChatGPT I basically learned 1.5 months back only. So I have presented these. That's why I have created these articles so everyone can follow that.